I'm live. Okay, I'm going to go post the link on the website. Give me a couple minutes. We'll get this class started. Type in link to join. It's right here. Delete command. Whoops. What happened there? Hold on. Went crazy. Shoot. Gary, Denver Guitar Orchestra. Edit page. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go fix it real quick. And then we're going to get started on the songs for the day. Need to join. Delete. Paste. Takes two hands to do this. I don't know why I always think I can hold the guitar and do it at the same time. Link, enter, edit, settings, open, update. Wait a minute, slide back down. There's the link. Post all this. Shift, Command X, update. New tab, go to the archive, hit edit. Always takes longer than I wish it would. If you're wondering if you happened on this video for some other reason, like you would just happen to be wandering the earth looking for something to do, this is part of the Denver Guitar Orchestra, denverguitarorchestra.com weekday lesson series. We do stuff every single day, Monday through Friday. And then we also do stuff on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And you can come join and be a part of all that. It's a good way to learn and play fingerstyle guitar and all that good stuff. We do have some nice people that are involved in the thing and some players that are way better than me. And then we also have some people that are in the process of learning to get better. And so I do these lessons every day. So to be taking you through the sheet music and working on whatever level you're at, trying to level up to the next level. And so that's what we're working on. So today we're going to be playing Farmer in the Dell, Itsy Bitsy Spider, Heidenröslein, and then today is one more opportunity for us to play Lean on Me. And so I think we should be in good shape. Let me just click on this to make sure the link is working. And then we're just going to sit and we're going to play those four songs. Okay. Like that's working. That's working. All right, everybody is there. Vic, I see it. Sound is good. Your lessons have saved my sound. Vic is a very kind person. Vic is dynamite. He's been taking some ukulele lessons as well. And so thank you for being here, Vic. We are going to start by getting tuned up. So level 1 players, one of the things we're always working on is making sure that you are tuned in and holding it properly and all that stuff. I got to find a tuner here. Here's a tuner. So level 1, we're getting, this is third or fourth lesson of level 1. And so we want to make sure that you're understanding how to tune your guitar. So the first string is an E. Let me make sure this is in tune. So this is that's the E I'm looking for. Here's the A. Here's your D string. Okay, right on. G string. This old guitar that I use, I can tell the strings have been on here a while, and that thing is starting to just sound dull. There's your B string. Still a little bit of life left in that one. And E string. Okay, so that's your tuning. Next thing that we do is make sure that you're sitting properly. In the beginning, this always feels super awkward to drop your guitar down between your legs, but that's where we want to have it. Because when you stand up to perform, you want the guitar in this position. So it just makes sense to have the guitar in this position when you're playing at home. A lot of people will end up playing Western style, and what will happen then is their thumb will end up way up here, and their wrist will end up all cocked because of the way you need to make your chords. All that creates tension, and none of it's good for you. Okay, so the idea here is get your guitar in this lovely position. Make sure your thumb is hidden out of the way. Your fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. Okay, and then this hand will be working here. Usually on guitar, we have it playing above the hole, and I usually try to get this down just a little bit where you can see what's going on with both of my hands. Obviously, hopefully you're not looking at me. Hopefully you're looking at you playing. And then, so holding the guitar, tuning the guitar, those are the first two big lessons in level one. The two things out of level one we've got to get you doing is feeling comfortable with playing chords. There's 4 chords in level 1, E, A, D, and G. And then in level 2, we add in a whole bunch more chords, but that's how we start. And then the other thing that you got to get out of level 1 is how to play melody one note at a time from tablature. And so we'll be doing that today. So we're going to play Farmer in the Dell today as our level 1 song of the week. Nobody wants to play Farmer in the Dell for real, but it is a good stepping stone into the next things you have to do. A chord, these 3 fingers. 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. Just that simple. Okay. 2 ways to get started on your right hand. One is just strumming with your thumb. It's beautiful. Okay. On guitar, we'd rather not hit this E string. It's okay if you do, but we'd rather not. On an A chord, we'd rather just hit 5 down. Okay. The other one is just grab 4 fingers, and you can either use the middle 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, or keep your thumb on A and then have these guys go down to the lower 3 strings. Okay, and that's your plucking. So I'd like to play through the song twice, holding your A chord. One time I want you to strum through it, and then the second time I want you to pluck through it. Okay, you're never going to change your chord, and unfortunately you have to listen to me sing. I'll just sing the first couple of verses, and then we'll call it good. Okay, 1, 2. The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. Change your pattern. The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. Don't ever lift up on this until the guitar is completely silent. And I just used to quiet my guitar down by taking my palm and running it over the bridge, over the saddle, and stopping the sounds that way, rather than flapping down on top of it, which you see a lot of people do, and then you go clonk. And, we don't want that extra noise. It's an A chord, and it's going to come up every day in your life, so you might as well go ahead and memorize how to make an A chord. Now we're going to talk about playing from melody, right? And that's your guitar melody line here. The entire song is 2s. There's no other notes in there, so we're going to take middle finger and just make sure it hits the right string and then pluck it with our thumb. Okay, so we start on the 4th string. 1, 2, ready, play. That, you've gotten a long way in guitar. Most guitar players don't learn how to do that, and they quit before they get there. Good, advanced guitar players all know how to do that, but in the beginning, a lot of guitar players skip that, and certainly guitar players who are great singers usually don't play that way either. Their voice usually carries the melody. They don't learn to finger pick because they don't need to. They are learning. They're singers being accompanied by guitar. It is different than a guitar player who doesn't sing. And so if you don't sing or don't want to sing or would rather to learn the guitar both ways, you do have to learn how to pluck out a melody. I use tablature, the guitar melody line, to tell me what I need to do. I'm going to play a 2 there, and then a bunch of 2s there, and then a 0 and a bunch of more 2s there. But you can absolutely also read the chords and lyrics melody line if you like standard notation. It is a little bit more complete view of how long the note should be held. You tend to be able to see rising and action and different things a little more clearly in standard notation than tablature. But what standard notation cannot do is tell you where to put your fingers. And that's what tablature does, is it says, hey, put your fingers here. This is the best place for your attack strategy on the fretboard. Okay, next thing then would be to our last thing. And I don't talk, if you are here in Denver and you're taking a class of mine locally, I don't expect you to know how to do this stuff. But you should know that it's coming at you. And so one thing would be arpeggio picking on chords. Okay, so let's take these four fingers and put them on these four strings, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, and then we're going to hold the chord, A chord, thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. But since we're in 6, I got to get a couple extra beats in there. So it's going to be thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, the farmer in the Dell. The farmer in the Dell. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the farmer in the Dell. Okay, so that's something you'll be working on. By the time you get to level 4, this will be part of who you are. But it's a journey, getting that to play, talking yourself into playing it slowly enough, and making sure you have the correct number of beats in any given measure, so that you always come out in the right place with your thumb hitting on beat 1 of the new measure. That takes a little bit of work, and so you just have to spend some time doing it. Last piece of information on Farmer in the Dell is Tough Uke. Again, if you're here in town and we're learning how to play guitar, I don't expect that you would be able to do this, but I do demonstrate it to the class and say, hey, this is where we're headed. So where we're going to be heading is holding the chord and then playing the melody and the chord at the same time through the tough axe line. The only thing that happens there is sometimes we have to lift up a finger, sometimes we have to add a finger, sometimes we have to modify a finger to get the melody to come out correctly. And so this is what this sounds like. Again, if you're a level 1 player, don't expect you to be able to do this. If you're any other level, we're starting to work on this. Okay, so give yourself your A chord, hit a 2 on the 4th string, strum down 0, 2, 2, hit the 2s, couple pretty notes here, lift up your ring finger, put it back down. Full A chord, another A, 2, gotta modify your ring finger there, and then put it back, 2, 2, lift your ring finger up, and then strum down, lift your ring finger up, and then just play 3 strings. And some pretty notes. Let's play it again at full speed. One more time. Okay. Then again, I'm holding onto my chord, letting the guitar ring out. If I get sick of listening to it ringing out, I just pull my hand up to get the instrument to stop. So that's Farmer in the Dell. The big thing that I tell people early on is, no, I know you don't want to play Farmer in the Dell as a guitar song. I know that. I don't want to play it either. But the skill set that comes along with this, for Shaka, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, Three Blind Mice, the skill set that we get in place is going to be the skill set you need for this higher level music. So why not start with the easy stuff? Start with, and none of it's easy. Start with the easier stuff. Get your skill set in place, get your hand where it's moving comfortably around the fretboard, and where your eyeballs are looking at the paper and that stuff is making sense to you. And then we take it on to these better and better songs as we go along. So so that's Farmer in the Dell. Hopefully that's making sense to most everybody. And so let's move on to level 2. And our song for the week was Itsy Bitsy Spider. Again, nobody wants to play Itsy Bitsy Spider, but you might want to teach a guitar, some kid how to play guitar at some point, or you might want to strum along with your niece. Who knows, right? Whatever. You're hanging out with anybody and doing an Itsy Bitsy Spider song is fun. The importance is guitar learning things out of Itsy Bitsy Spider have nothing to do with Itsy Bitsy Spider. Obviously, we need to learn how to make it. From level 1, you will have learned how to play a G chord. Or in this case, we want the simpler one, index, middle, and ring. Okay, and you can play all 6 strings. And then you got to get to D7. We talked about earlier this week. Man, it's a bummer because everything's got to go. Index has got to land first, middle, ring. Try to hit just 4 strings, but if you hit the 5th string, it's okay. Okay, and then to get back, index leads, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now, of course, if you are learning, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Great guitar. Yep. If you are fine with your chord, like I know how to do my chords. Chords are not a problem. Okay. What if I started talking about this hand? I got lots of choices. We're in 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a lot of strumming, or I can do 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, right? So we're either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 1, 2. When you're in 6/8 timing, that's all the same. And so just get where you can count it, okay? And then another thing you could do with this hand would be to pluck, right? You could pluck in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually not a very good choice. So then I would look at strumming and plucking in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. The Itsy Bitsy. So you can see how that would work. And then finally, the other right hand technique, which again, we don't dive into very heavily until level 3, but at least I want you to know what it is and have a little bit of experience, is plucking. And with some individual arpeggios. And when we do that, we often do it in 6. So in this case, the arpeggio that's written out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Bend back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you see that in this case, what's written out is, hey, I'm going to do my lower strings, and then I'm going to do my upper strings. And then I'm going to go back. Now, you don't have to do that. You could just stick with just the middle strings. A lot of times I'll teach it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's another way of playing the chords. If you were playing just chords, then where's the melody going to come from? Well, you got 2 choices. Either your face while you're singing it, or you pluck out the melody on your guitar, reading the individual tablature or notation line. And so either of those, all of those are possibilities. If you're not going to play the melody either through singing or playing the melody on your guitar, somebody's got to do that job. So that's when you come up with duets, right? Where you have you go find a pretty girl or pretty boy, I guess, and then have them do the singing and you do the chords and everybody's happy. You find another guitar player who likes playing lead guitar and they will be plucking out that melody and you'll be adding in the cool chords underneath it. Okay, so I'm going to sing. It's never a good idea when I sing, but we're going to do it. We're going to go through the song twice. We go all the way down to the bottom, measure 16. We're going to hit that. We're going to come back up, play the whole song again. Da, 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 da. And when we come back to the end, skip 16 and go into 17. Again, I know I can't sing, and we're all about to find out. It's not about the singing. It's about, can I get from G chord, and back. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. We're into 17. Let that ring all the way through. You can do the second one if you want to or not. I usually let the last chord speak for itself. Let it go. Right? Let your guitar ring out. Don't take this off until you either stop the strings yourself or they stop on their own. Just always leave your chord on at the end. So those are your chords. Okay. Next, then that's not really what we do around here. What we really do around here is learn to play lead guitar. And so now we're going to pluck these notes. Okay. Remember from earlier this week, when you see a 4, it's your pinky. You have to talk yourself into doing a pinky on your 4 because down the road you're not going to be able to put your 3 on there because it's going to put your whole hand out of position, and that means you're going to miss notes afterwards. So put your 4 on 4th string, 4th fret, and then we'll go from there. So from the top, 1, 2, 4, oh, 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 2, oh, 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 2, oh, 2, oh, oh. Hold it for a second and then go. Oh, oh, 1, 3, 3, 1, oh, 1, 3, oh, oh, 2, oh, oh, 2, oh, 2, oh, oh, 4, oh, 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 2, oh, oh, 2, oh, 2, oh, oh. Let's go it again. 4, oh. Okay, and that's how we play. That's how we play the melody. Okay, level 2, I'm expecting that you're learning from how to get from G chord to D7 in this case. You already should know how to play the melody from tablature at level 2, so we don't spend a ton of time talking about it. Okay, then at level 2, we do start diving into the chord melody version, which is your tough axe line. And so again, we're going to be picking out individual notes, but we're also going to be adding in these chord shapes. Let's walk through it one time, then we'll go through and play it. Okay, so we're going to play the 4, then you're going to go grab a G chord, okay, and you're going to play 2 0 0, hit the 0, hit the 2 0 0, and you're going to have to add a 2 here. So drop your index finger down there and grab that, and then 0 0 0. D7 on, lift up your middle finger, put it back, lift up your index finger, and then go back to your G chord. Those are just decorative notes there for no reason. Play the G chord again. I'm sorry. Down came the down came. Oh, I'm not going all the way. That's why. All right. Down came the G chord. Put your ring finger on the second string. Rain and D7. Wash the spider out. Oh, oh. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And there's your 4. Make sure you use your pinky. Itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. let's go through and play it one more time. B from the top. Second ending. Okay, so then you just got this nice basic, complicated, ever increasing level until it gets pretty darn hard, right? But there's lots of different ways to go through and attack that song. Just as every song in the whole program, you take all of the information on the page, turn it into something that you can do, and then you play at whatever level you're working at. Okay, Itsy Bitsy Spider. Okay, moving on, we're going to go down into book 3 for what I think is one of my very favorite songs out of book 3, Heidenröslein. You got to be German to know it, and even then, if you're German, you probably don't know it. Pretty old song, but it's got a nice melody and all that. Okay, main chords here: A chord, and a D, E chord, and it goes back to A chord, goes to D, D chord, A chord, A chord. Measure 5 gets intense, right? And so we talked about earlier this week, you may want to skip some of these chords. E, B minor, A, C7, D, A, B minor, B minor, A, E7, A, measure 10, A, E, A, D, B, A, D, A, E7, A. Okay, so those come along pretty fast. We talked earlier this week on the measure 5. That B minor is going to be there for only half of a beat, so one beat in this case, since we're in 6/8. I might not spend any time wasted on that. I'd probably just move on. I wouldn't even waste my time on that first B minor in measure 5. Measure 6, this C7 is super important. I would probably tend to not play the whole thing. I would probably just play the lower strings. And then for sure the D and the A are important coming up there. In measure 8, that B minor is the first beat, so it is important. I'm going to have to get that. And then I'm going to probably grab the A and the E7 if I can. If I have to make a choice, I'm only going to grab that E7 so I exit the measure in good shape. Okay, I'm not going to sing it because I don't have any German background whatsoever. Let's play the melody next. Guitar line. Okay, from the top. 1, I'm going to count to 2 and then we're going to go. 1, 2. Repeats, go back to the top and go. second ending. Bar on 2, pinky on 5. Sounds pretty nice. Okay, that's how the melody goes. Nice sort of schmaltzy, old school German tune. Okay, then so we're in level 3 now. My expectation is, yep, you get those chords, you understand them. The melody is no longer a problem for you. You can play that and just with that lights out. And then the biggest challenge on this piece, when you get to the tough acts or chord melody arrangement, it's pretty straightforward till you get to measure 6, and then you have this nasty little thing: index finger on 3, third string, first fret, then the middle finger, second fret, second string, and ring finger up here, fourth string, third fret, and then you're only gonna, and then you can play this fifth string open if you want. Okay, so that's a weird chord, and then it's gonna hit. You're gonna open this up 0, and then just slide these 2 fingers up. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Vic's question is an important one. Are we playing an octave higher? No, we're not playing an octave higher. On book 3, I forgot sometimes to put the octave clef on. So we just got a regular clef on here. All of guitar music is written. It has been in the past written on a treble clef, and then the guitar sounds an octave lower than that automatically. So we read the treble clef, but the guitar sounds an octave lower. What we should have been doing all along is putting all of it on an octave clef, which is the little 8 underneath the treble clef, and then you're on the octave clef, which is down lower. Sometimes it's been a while since I did these, 2017, so 3 years ago. Sometimes I would forget to put the octave clef on, and then I would just make the sound file lower. You can do that in the software, but you should be playing this as written on the treble clef, but your guitar is sounding out an octave below that. So that's true of all guitar music. When you go buy it in the store, it'll always be on a treble clef. You play just what's written there, but you know in your head it's coming out an octave lower than what is written on the paper. And so if you want to get the sound files right, which I'm pretty passionate about, I want the sound files on the Denver Guitar Orchestra.com website. I want the sound files to sound like what your guitar is going to sound like, not an octave higher. So I try to remember to put it on the octave clef, and then the MP3 comes out correctly. Okay, thanks for that question, Vic. When you ask that, I'm like, oh brother, I know what he's asking. I forgot to put it on the octave clef, because I can also go in and noodle around with that, the sound files afterwards, and I shouldn't do that. All right, so let's play this song. Remember, grab your chord first in fingerstyle, and then also remember some songs are going to sound really nice with your thumb. Some songs are going to sound really nice by plucking them, and some songs are going to do good if you switch. You know, go down, play it one way the first time, and then when you come back and play it the second time, switch your idea. Okay, biggest challenge again, getting that chord on right there. Lose your middle finger, slide up. That's the challenge in the song. There is at measure 8 the A minor shape on 3, and just make sure you just play those 3 strings, and it'll sound fine. Those are your 2 moments to pay attention to. Okay, from the top, and generally speaking, once people have made it through level 2, they're understanding tough fugue pretty well, and while they may not be able to play any particular song well and easily, they do know what they're supposed to do, and so we're just practicing on getting better. So from the top, 1, 2. the top. I'm going to switch to plucking. Second ending. Okay, didn't play near as well in that style as I did with the thumb. I think the thumb sounds better in this kind of a schmaltzy song, but I do want to play it both ways. I do want to learn each song both ways so that I can make a decision down the road. Hey, it sounds cool this way, or sounds better that way, or I like playing it one way or over another. And mostly I switch because I want to continue to get practice both with my thumb and with my plucking, so that I can grab. So I'm not afraid of any song, depending on what the situation is. All right, that's level 3. We're kicking it. I got just enough time to get in Lean on Me. So if you haven't already gotten the sheet music on this, obviously you got to send me an email. This was written by one of our members, so I don't just post those up on the site. But I think a couple of you may already have them up here today. And so I'm going to play it for you, and then you'll let me know if you want a copy of the sheet music, and you can do that via email on the website. We've been at this several weeks now. I think this is the 3rd week on this. And so I'm going to play Lean on Me. If you have the sheet music, play along with me. If you don't, get a sense of whether this might be a song you want to tackle. I think mostly what you'll see is a whole lot of B minor over here, right? And so we'll play through this, and then we'll call it a day, okay? And by the way, you don't have to be playing at all the levels. You find your level that's appropriate, or start at the beginning, go through until you find a song and start splitting up a fuss, and that's probably where the level you're at. And then work on those songs in that area. On Friday, we run through everything that we ran through for the week. So whoever is at whatever level has a chance to check in and give it a shot. All right, from the top, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. back to the top. I am personally going to switch to the clock because I think it's good for me. And 1, 2, ready, play. Could you see at one point, I don't know, around measure 29, I started thinking, oh God, I got to email those people. I forgot to get that done. That's what happens when you're not fully engaged in the activity of making music. So here's how it works: get everything else in your life done as quickly as possible so it's over and out of the way and you don't have to think about it. And that way it's not going to show up at measure 29 like, oh crap, I got to email those people. Oh wait, I haven't finished the song. I got to get my threes and my twos and my zeros in place. So apologize, I had a brain meltdown. Pretty decent arrangement. I think it makes sense. I think the chords are not brutal. The thing tends to clip right along, gives you a chance to do your thumb, gives you a chance to do your plucking. And again, if you're not at level 4, don't worry about it. Play levels 1, 2, or 3. If you're at level 1, 2, or 3, and you want a stretch piece to give you a goal, then level 4. Just like playing with a friend. Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Vic. That makes me happy. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it, right? It hopefully gives you a chance to show up for something, play along, do what you can, make a bunch of mistakes, and hopefully you feel like you play with a friend. I love that. Thank you, Vic. That's very nice. Okay, guys, that's it for the week. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go home and lay down and cry. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. The world is in chaos, especially if you're an American. You know, don't go out. I mean, honestly, it's gotten crazy here. And if you're elsewhere, like this guy, just go and live your life, man. Right? Play some guitar while you're at it. Have a good evening, you guys. A good day, good morning, whatever, wherever you're at. And I will see some of you down the road on Monday. We go back into. We're going to spend one more week on Lean on Me, and then of course we'll have. Row, Row, Row Your Boat. I can't remember what follows Itsy Bitsy Spider and Heidenröslein, but books 1 and 2. We just have been going through the books in order. So just go grab those pieces and come around, and we'll play them on Monday. And got some changes coming to the Denver Guitar Orchestra schedule and the website and stuff, but I don't have those finalized yet. So just keep an eye out for that. Just check the front page of the website. You'll know what's going on. Vic, thanks for being here. Andrew, thanks for being here. Have a wonderful night, you guys, and I will see all of you soon. Bye.